It's better around there. It's better around there.
And watch whatever's more exciting.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the MJ Morgan Oval, the last Saturday in April, on a beautiful sunny day. Up here I've got a new stats man, Stewie Lowe, who won't be commentating. Also I've got Kristen David Hill up in Darwin fishing, so hopefully the swearing's a bit less today. Probably not. Anyway, we've got the game has just started. We've had a nice little 20 mil overnight to make the ground probably quite soft around the boundary line and through the middle, but still in pretty good nick, very good conditions. We've got White Hills heading towards the northern end, or the kindergarten end, and Colbo kicking towards the southern end. Not much of a breeze today, just sort of gently floating from the westerly across the ground. Probably no advantage to anyone. White Hills have started off with a couple of losses in the league. They lost quite heavily actually their first couple of games, but they had a really good win last week against North Bendigo, a couple of goals. And I know that Coach Bull is very worried about him today, so expecting a nice tight game. White Hills, of course, are without their AFL stars from last year, and Jed Lamb and Shane Kerrison, the coach. They've moved on, but I believe they've recruited reasonably well, sort of less superstar-y, but more even across the field, so should be less of a gap between their top and bottom players. Ooh, they've just had a snap there at goal, White Hills, for a point, I think, just slung through at the back. Today we've got an array of chips again, thanks to Damien, including an avocado healthy chip, so that'll be, I'll get Stu Lowe to rate them a little bit later, maybe after he's had a few Melbourne cans. Couple of inclusions today for Colbo, with Tim Holoboski, who's had a couple of stints at Colbo. He's been in the coach's box so far this year, but stepping up for his first senior game. He played seconds last week pretty well against Elmore, but I think Bully was keen to bring in a few bigger bodies, so Darcy Brown and Jude Ryan go out, and Betty Southam and Tim Holoboski. Oh, Logan's in. There's someone else went out too that I can't remember. And White Hills have got the first one. Bit of yelling and screaming going on from the Colbo box. Not unusual, but Bully is up there today, so that won't help. I noticed in the paper today, Stu, that Colbo has lost nearly every first quarter so far this year, so there's a stat for you.
Yes, it's a good one.
Yeah, but clearly they...
It's young Sam out today.
No, Sam's on the bench, Sam Ryan. Yep. Actually, he's just come off the bench and gone to full forward. Got the flowing locks, got the headband, reminiscent of his father, who used to have a sort of poodle perm type operation going on. which made him sort of unfeared by the opposition. His Uncle Jack, also a beautiful, sort of much darker poodle perm.
Going to have much fun commentating if it's down that end of the ground.
No, it looks like it's going to be up the far end of the ground all day, and as the ball gets a bit slippery, it might get quite sort of scrappy. Colbo, of course, played Elmore for the second time this year last week in what was a pretty dirty day for Colbo. Lucky to get away with a win, really. Elmore had the better of it. And here's a chance through Stephen Toohey. Can't pick it up. Laneway goes back to Tom Hill. Tom Hill looking for the Dutchman, number 6. Sort of at centre half forward. He handballs it to... I don't know what happened there. Cocked a handball up, but manages to get the free kick and finds Logan eventually. Too far out to score, I think, Stu. And pinpoints Stephen Toohey just inside the 50 metre. Not confident about kicking it. Goes even wider. Jed Brain right in the pocket. Up against the old Boundary Hotel. Possibly the best pots in Bendigo. Lakeview also pretty good. I've got into more trouble at the at the Boundary. Yeah, Jed Brain comes in. It's going to land at the top of the square. Sam Ryan had the sit. Gets down to Stephen Toohey. Can't pick up. Well tackled. Going to be ball up, about 15 metres out, right in front of us. The umpire wasn't happy with the throw up, so she's going to do it again. Apologises. Jed Brain taking on the ruckman and manages to shark it up in the air. Sam Ryan a chance. Oh, nearly came down with it, but it falls to White Hills. They run it around the wing. Have to get it open on the right page. Good work there by the Sniger Snake. Sniger Snake was quite poor, but he's last week. But his parents are here today. You can't miss his dear old dad's circles. He's sort of size of a house. Stephen Toohey picks it up on the half volley. He's prominent early. It looks like Logan going hugging the boundary, looking for James Brain. Oh, can't quite pull it in. Rushed over for a throw-in. White Hills 1-1-7. Colbo yet to score. Good throw-in. Hadley Surrett gets the tap down, but I think it's Logan under there. No, Luke Moore. No. Luke Moore had a great game last week from Finley via the Shep Swans. There is Hadley with a beautiful rush kick. The brother's brain is Hugh Barlow, back into the team this week. He's up against, hoisted up in the air, that might suit. Oh, Luke Moore fumbled. Well, he lays a good tackle though, and Jed Brain's there. Again, same position for a throw up as before. New White Hills ruckman. Falls to James Brain, quick snap out, and a nice little goal. That was nice work for Brain. I think he was ostensibly the ruckman. registers Colbo's first for the day.
Oldest man on the ground, taking a breath.
Yeah, 36. Well, 35. That's Dutchy. I think Matty Reardon might be just behind him. Tom Hill certainly looks older. But still a bit of youthful vigorousness in Tommy. Renowned for occasionally letting the siren go at about 3 in the morning. I don't know, he probably hasn't done that for a while. I missed that actually. That's a sort of scrambling, crappy sort of setup there. Looks like number 3, Lane Way at the bottom. Surrett up versus 36, Blake Hogan. Riodo managed to pick us up, but it's tackled, slung. Number 7, James Davies, he's a big lad. There's Tom Hill, he couldn't quite pick it up, gets bloody sat on his head and gets the free kick. I think Tommy might be sneaking up to his 200th game, Stu. If he plays next week, it'll be down at Heathcote. he might have next week off, so it could be at Colbo, but who knows, the way we manage the game played here, it probably happened about 6 weeks ago. We got Joe Barlow's on the ground, number 51, son of Daisy. He goes back towards the forward flank looking for Hadley Surrett. Nice mark by the big Horser. Assistant principal, he tells me, it's Greater Shepparton. Looks for the evergreen Matty Reardon. Couldn't take it, so it's out. Out of bounds just in front of the scoreboard. Score reads 1-6 Colburn Abbon to White Hills 1-17. Of course, today's a day of pretty great excitement. There's probably a lot more people watching the AFL today in Colbo than actually watching the game here, because Colbo's own Cooper Hamilton is making his debut. So anyone sitting at home, don't listen to me, turn it over and watch young Cooper make his debut over in Radelaide. Best of luck to him. I know. Here's Sam Ryan. Quick kick. Quick kick towards the tennis courts. Sam, being a keen tennis player, probably forgot what sport he was playing. Or maybe some hair got in the road. So out in the full, in front of pylon number 1. Number 39, Reece Irwin. I think he was named in the best last week. Looks like he's a back flanker. Centres it. Nice diving mark there by number 3. Back to Irwin. Puts his teammate under pressure, who is sort of poleaxed there by, I think that's number 7, Todd Clark. Gives away the free. But that White Hills bloke can thank his teammate there for setting him up there. He goes further along the wing. Matty Reardon's down there at the bottom. It's not going to get out of there. Another throw up. The thirds were gallant in defeat. Had just talking to the coach earlier. He was very pleased with their efforts. White Hills being a very good team. I think the seconds coach would be happy too. I looked today and there was a 180 percentage point difference between White Hills at the top of the ladder and Colbo at second last, or third last, wherever they are. Anyway, Colbo weren't by any sense disgraced. So they managed to get 4 or 5 goals, I think. They lost probably by about 10 goals, but yeah, that was a good, much improved effort. Though Sam Brown might have played his last game. If he was a horse, you'd bloody send him to the knackery. He's got ice on his ankles and his knees. He tried to do a balk today, which was quite funny. But yeah, he also managed to do some good things before he broke down. Here we go, back to the footy. We get number 4 sort of in the back line. Good pressure from the Colbo half forwards. Enables Sniger Snake to lope off and take an intercept mark. Finds Clint Shields. Sniger Snake keeps rolling, just languidly handballs it to the opposition. Wasted all his good work. White Hills, that looks like Irwin again. He's been busy. Nearly coughs it up. Good tackle there. Yes, that's awarded. Oh no, number 2, that looks like Gavin Bowles, former medal winner. Gavin Bowles couldn't quite, that's find his teammate. That's number 14 doing some good work. That is Eyes Open McMurtry. Jimmy, the younger brother of Sniger Snake. Gets awarded for a nice tackle, good bit of play. Looking for Seamus Bromley. He gallops down the side of the wing. There's